Okay, I'm busy, you're busy, so let's just get straight into it. This is a side of salmon. It's about 3 pounds. It's still got the skin on. And a lot of people are intimidated by salmon because it comes in this whole big thing, but it's really easy to portion if you're the type of person who needs salmon for a month. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're gonna work from tail to cheek. We're gonna take it over here and I'm gonna feed it onto the cutting board slowly. It'll usually come folded up. And you're going to take, open up the package as much as you need to, and pull it onto the cutting board. Portions of salmon are somewhere between 6 ounces to 9 ounces, so you're not really shooting for whole pounds. Since it's a 3-pound salmon and a lot of that is skin, you'll take and just portion it out. I go about 4 finger widths when I'm down towards the end of the salmon. For the tail of the salmon, I just take it and cut off a nice good piece. The tail of the salmon is the only part of the salmon that I will actually take the skin off of because I don't like the look of it. So I take and get the skin off of that. The easiest way to get skin off a salmon while you're doing it and it's raw is to take and get under, and then you can wiggle the skin back and forth while the knife moves through. You're going to want very sharp knives for this because you're not just cutting muscle and fat, you're cutting a lot of connective tissue. All this silver stuff right here is connective tissue, so it'll take a minute to get through. But when you're skinning salmon, you can do the whole piece of salmon like this. All you do is take and get a little bit under the end. I've sacrificed a little bit right there. That's a little bit of trim I'm not worried about. And you can just pull it through. Get a nice clean piece of salmon. I've messed up a little bit there. There's pieces missing, but who gives a shit? Just chuck it there and have your saran wrap ready. This will keep in the freezer for easily a month. I know I meal prep it. This piece of salmon in particular, I'm going to cook, turn into a piece of sushi that will be spicy salmon roll. So now that we're past the tail, we've got this nice long piece of salmon. You can go 4 finger width, and if you want to, you can get over the whole thing and get your knife down. Again, a really sharp knife helps, but you're going to take, pull, get it through. Easy piece of salmon. It'll be gorgeous. Under here, this piece right here, I will end up trimming off a lot of that, and it'll be pretty much waste, but it gets pretty thin down and around this part. I don't even use it. I mean, I know it's wasteful, but it creates an uneven cook. It causes me a lot of problems, so I don't do it. But slap the salmon on the thing, fold, fold, boom, boom. Another cut, 4 finger width. And this is a large portion of salmon, but when I eat salmon, it's my primary protein for the night, and I'm going to be eating a lot of it anyway. And I happen to know that 4 finger lengths for me will turn into 2 salmon rolls when I make sushi for myself or the people that I love. So that's that. A lot of people get intimidated by salmon because they don't know if it's good or bad. They don't know what they're supposed to smell. As long as it doesn't smell like your sister after the Thanksgiving 5K, you're perfectly fine. You just go ahead and eat it. It'll be no big deal. And moving through again, got the thing, got the portion, got a fly on the salmon because this is in my actual house. I don't have a studio. I am not fancy. I'm going to take off that bottom cheek where the belly is. Notice how thin it is. It doesn't really do a lot for me because when I cook this and I peel it, especially if I'm using it for a spicy salmon roll where I need nice big heaping chunks, when I peel the skin off, it takes a lot of the cooked salmon with it anyway, so I don't use it. One good cut, one good sharp knife will help you a lot. You're cutting through a lot here. Salmon skin is thick, so nice, good, clean cut, good shape, good width. I would call that somewhere between, it is somewhere between 6 and 10 ounces, which is a good portion for salmon. Cooking salmon is an entirely different video that other people have made for you, but no one really made a side of salmon portioning video, so I just wanted to show you that it was quick and easy and not that big of a deal. This is an extra large piece of salmon right here. I will probably use this particular piece when I'm cooking for two. It'll be nice, be clean, be easy. That's my microwave going off. So when you get to the cheek, if you want it to be squared up, you can square it up. Me in particular, I'm going to cut off the bottom bit that's super thin that I'm not going to use. I like to keep this piece right here because it looks good, tastes good. One thing that you should be looking for in the supermarket, up near this cheek, you'll see that the lines for the fat are still very defined in between the muscle. The muscle takes up most of the space. It looks like a nice, clean, clear line. So I know for a fact that the salmon is still good, it's still fresh, it'll still taste all right. You know what I mean? So after you've got all your salmon portioned out, boxed up, 3 pounds of salmon, ready to go in the freezer. And that's how easy it is to turn pretty much any grocery store salmon with a skin on into portions for you and whoever you're cooking for.